Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft here on the channel. We're going to be diving on in. Excited to see what we shall get. Ooh, nice little start to a draft. Magmatic Hellkite. There is also Sibzig Appraiser, which I like, but we're going to take the Hellkite Strong Rare. Fits into a nice deck, the red-white aggro deck, or really any red deck. Pretty happy to see it. So I like starting here. And I kind of want to draft red-white. I think red-white's a cool deck that I haven't gotten to play quite as much recently, so got to make sure I've got that in my arsenal for when I play any events like the Arena Open or things like that. So we're going to start with that. If I wasn't taking this, I would be taking Sibzig Appraiser second out of this pack. I think it's the best card in the pack other than the Hellkite by a pretty wide margin. And after that, there's honestly not a lot. Codis is not particularly good. 4 mana for a 2/1 is just small stats, and it doesn't really hit relevant stuff a lot of the time when you do connect even. So not a great attacker. Kind of like a roadblock on defense, but there's so many dragons that fly over it that you don't even really stop them forever. So start with the Hellkite. Okay, now following that up, there is Wayspeaker Bodyguard if I wanted to keep going towards a red-white deck. There is Avenger of the Fallen, which is solid, but not my favorite. I don't love going into black-red right off the bat. Jeskai Devotee could follow up the Hellkite. Second picking, that's a bit aggressive, though. And other than that, there's like Inspirited Vanguard. I think I'll just take the Wayspeaker Bodyguard. Look at red-white a little bit. And now there's Assault Road Pack Beast. I love this card. Going to take this card over pretty much anything for a red-white deck. Venerated Stormsinger is a card I've played before, but the splash is oftentimes not worth it, I think, for a Mardu deck. And then Coordinated Maneuver is good in Mardu once you've got the go wide synergies enabled, but easy Salt Road Pack Beast here. Now, there's Underfoot Underdogs. I mean, this pack, the best card is probably Bewildering Blizzard. Underfoot Underdogs can be nice for enabling Salt Road Pack Beast. It's like a totally fine card to play. Then Tempest Hawk might wheel. If you get a bunch of these kind of for free, you can play them. But I like Underfoot Underdogs in these decks. The fourth picking is a bit early. I would probably play these other cards, but I'm just going to stick to my guns here. I think one copy of Windscarred Crag is nice in my red-white decks. Just reasonably open strategy. We're seeing Stormshriek Feral. You can play a copy of that. Bearer of Glory, you can play a copy of that. Overall, though, we've got a reasonable start, but the best cards in the pack, I mean, nothing crazy so far. Beautiful. Love Fortress Kinguard. The Unsparing Boltcaster is quite good, but you want to prioritize these 2-drops, especially the ones that let you go wide. We have multiple cards to create multiple bodies now. Any coordinated maneuvers we get will really appreciate that. Unsparing Boltcaster also plays well with that theme. Pack Beast plays well with that theme. A 2-drop goes well with the Wayspeaker Bodyguard. Overall, Fortress Kinguard is just what you're looking for in these decks. Now we get another 2-drop. One copy of Bearer of Glory is not the end of the world for sure, though you'd rather have things like Fortress Kinguard. Okay, Tempest Hawk I will take because there's nothing else I want here. And I might start wheeling some other copies. If I get like 3 of them, I might play them. Just like to do this in case there's anyone I recognize, or maybe you recognize yourself in the pod. You never know. But yeah, if you're enjoying these videos, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment. I love reading your comments, hearing your thoughts. It's always nice. Reigning Victor is not my favorite. 1 Stormshriek Feral is a fine card to play in these decks. This card's fine if you were to go full Mardu, but it's really hard to get full Mardu, which you only really want it if you have like a few Mardu devotees or things like that. I don't mind 1 Stormshriek Feral at the top end. If I do get any Molten Exhales, it makes those a little bit better. If I do get any Dragonstorm, of the white Dragonstorm, having 2 dragons makes that a little bit better. I guess I'll take the Scoured Barons in case I get like all-out Assault or something, like some crazy good Mardu card. But generally, it's just not worth splashing in these decks. I've been talking to some other players about the deck, and red-white is kind of like the ideal home. Okay, I'll take this card because I don't mind passing blue cards. But I don't want to pass anything that touches into white because I don't want other players getting into my area. I'll take the black card again. I don't mind passing blue cards, and I kind of want to prevent other players from getting into black decks as well, because Mardu decks, people often fight for those cards. Even though I'm not particularly interested in the Mardu cards, they might go like Mardu like play red-white cards as well. But a good start here. The close pick was between Wayspeaker Bodyguard and Jeskai Devotee. I don't regret it though. We have 2/2 drops, which is kind of, if you get 2/2 drops every pack, that's pretty solid. So 6 is like the bare minimum I'd want. I think I'd rather have 7. Zergo or Dalkovin or Channel Dragonfire. I think I'm just going to pass up on the Zergo because I don't want to have to make my mana worse. And I know that I have this Scoured Barrens, but I'd rather just get the card that is going to be consistently good. Channel Dragonfire is solid. Dalkovin's just really nice for this deck. And the difference between Dalkovin and Zergo, it might seem like, oh, Zergo's way better, and that's true if you can cast it consistently on turn 3, but the fact that it makes it harder to cast every other spell in your deck is not really worth the downside. Okay, now Salt Road Pack Beast. Again, really nice pickup here. And like if I had taken the Zergo, I might have to take Mardu Monument or things like that, but Salt Road Pack Beast is great. I wouldn't mind another Wayspeaker. I wouldn't mind Coordinated Maneuver. I'd play like a bunch of these because I have a lot of go wide cards currently. Plays well with the underdogs, the Pack Beasts, the Fortress King Guard, but I love Pack Beast. And now there's Coordinated Maneuver. This is like the premium removal spell for me. Channel Dragonfire is just a little bit worse in these decks because you don't really care about the late game aspect of it, and 1 mana deal 2 sorcery speed isn't the best. I still will play Equilibrium Adepts. This card is still good. Stormplane Detainment, Jeskai Devotee. I care less about the removal spell because I'm just going to rely on Coordinated Maneuvers, I think. Equilibrium Adept is good, though. I'll take this card over the Devotee. Dragon Hunt, locks it on. I'm not interested in any of these cards. I'll just take the blue-red card because might as well. I'm not going to play any of these. Take blue-red land over the Artisan. Not a card I ever really want. Then there's Fleeting Effigy. I really like this card. There's also Coordinated Maneuver. Effigy is just a great card, though. Maybe I can get some more maneuvers later. Take the Jeskai card. Not the most open strategy, but we'll pick up some stuff here and there, and we have some tidbits we can use from the sideboard. We didn't wheel the late Tempest Hawk, I don't think, from that previous pack. Not that I really cared. Jeskai Devotee is a card that I wish I could get more of. I kind of like the Equilibrium Adepto. That card's just really solid. We have 12 cards right now, halfway through the draft. So about on par, on pace. Playing a second Stormshriek Feral wouldn't be the best case scenario. But I'm really not trying to splash any cards in my red-white deck. So a second Stormshriek Feral might just fit the bill. And then we wield another Coordinated Maneuver. Perfect. This is a card I actively want to play. I still need to get the cards to support it a little bit, but we have some of the good synergy pieces. We'll see what we wheel here. That'll be a real determining factor in how good our deck ends up being. Our top end is pretty set. We've got the Pack Beast. It's just these early game drops. We've got the good removal spells. Our mana is pretty solid. Hopefully we can end up cutting either one or both of the Stormshriek Ferals by the end of the draft, depending on how Pack 3 goes. But I just didn't see... I mean, I guess I could have taken a 2-drop over the Equilibrium Adept. That was like my opportunity. I'm glad I took the Fleeting Effigy. That card plays well with Wayspeaker. Just especially if I'm lacking early turn plays, it'll help as well. Iridescent Tiger, not the best card, but it's a red card I could potentially put in. Okay. Tersa is just a solid 3-drop. I don't need 3-drops as much as 2-drops, but it's still way better than the Jeskai Devotee. I'm not going to wheel Jeskai Devotee. As we've established, it doesn't look like that's a card that wheels. I might wheel Poised Practitioner, which is good with the Fleeting Effigy. But I need some 3-drops as well, so Tersa is going to be really good. 3 mana, 3/3 haste, discard a couple, draw a couple. Pretty solid. Guess I'll take Poised Practitioner. I really don't like Overwhelming Surge. We already established I'm not splashing. And then we get a Fortress Kingguard. Perfect. Just what I needed. If I could get another one of these, I'd be thrilled. Any number of 2-drops I would take pretty much now. And yikes. Probably not the most open archetype for my seat, it's looking like. Just not a lot going on. Oh, perfect. Shock Brigade's the best 2-drop, or one of them. So we have 3 more new packs. If 2 of those have 2-drops in them, I would be thrilled. But overall, this deck is starting to come together pretty nicely, honestly. Considering where we were. Oh, baby, Martyr Devotee's perfect. Oh, yeah. This deck is looking a lot nicer. I might wheel a little bit of stuff. I have 2 more packs. 1 more 2-drop would be perfect. 2 more 2-drops would be perfect, but 1 more 2-drop would be, like, get me over the hump. And then maybe I wheel a Poised Practitioner and I'm set. The commitment to not splashing is a big one, but I think it's what you're supposed to do in these decks. Oh my gosh, the dream. The dream, we got the Fortress Kingguard. Oh my gosh. It just makes every card in our deck so much better. It makes our Pack Beast better. It makes our coordinated maneuvers better. Fire Rim Form. There's another Poised Practitioner. So we kind of got there. We just need to add 1 card. So we got to 5 2-drops, which is pretty clutch. Wow, just nobody takes Gurmag Rakshasa these days. Nobody likes it. I wonder if I'd rather just play an 18th land. Really dicey deck. We've got some good cards. We got some mediocre cards. 17 lands. I think we can play Erish and Sunshield. Not the worst. Perfect. Our colors are pretty reasonable. Our deck is pretty solid. Let's get into some games and see it in action. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if they've been helpful to you, if you've been learning some stuff, if you've been having more fun playing, or just enjoying watching, then Patreon is the best way to give back to the channel and help me make more videos in the future. Special shout out to those who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to our first round, actually. Good hand. We don't have a ton of go wide payoffs. Honestly, a bit unfortunate. Not the greatest. But our Poised Practitioners, it's a card I've wanted to get some reps with, and so we'll see how it does. Okay, they have a Craterhoof Behemoth in their deck. Interesting. This is kind of a good start for us because they aren't doing very slow things. Okay. target permanent card. Yikes. Do not want that land. Just gonna keep going wide. I want to get this counter and this scry going. Scrying that land at the bottom was like drawing a card. Oh my gosh. Oh, the game's just over. Perfect. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't beat this card, really. I need to find a coordinated strike, like, right now. Of course, they're just playing the only 2 lifelink creatures in the entire set. It's always nice to see. Oh my gosh. The literal best rare against my entire deck. Unfortunate. And they're even casting their Saga Wildling to just get more mana. I don't know why they're doing that. This is a really good card to cast here. Yeah, I don't think I want that. I just need to find my coordinated strike. I mean, I can just scoop this up pretty much. There's no way I can beat this card. I'm just going to concede this game. Okay, next game, next game. Ugh. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. Tursa doing some major work here. Obviously, we'd love to draw planes. Beautiful. Tursa's going to get rid of the Sun Shield and a mountain. Okay. Taking one setup turn off. Then we've kind of got this combo. I don't think I've ever drawn a Salt Road Pack Beast when I drafted it, unless I have no other creatures in play. That's how it feels. Okay. I'm going to go with 1/1 counter just because it can hit harder with the city underdogs. If they kill my Equilibrium Adept. So I can hit them for 4 turn. If I double spell, I can hit them for more. Okay. Got my giant flyer in play now. This thing's going to start clocking him. I think we got the win. Boom. This is what the deck is meant to do. So this might feel like, oh, this wasn't a flashy win, but there are some decks I would have had where I wouldn't have been able to punish that kind of start. So nice little showing for our deck. See you next round. Welcome to another round. We will keep this hand, even though it's kind of not the best. I'm just going to hold this because it plays well with the Waste Speaker later. We are still going to go wide because that plays well with Coordinated Maneuver and our Saltwood Pack Beast. And plays better against things like Sibzig Appraiser. We'll be able to get it back with our Waste Speaker. Let's scry first. No interest in another land. Tersa is going to be good, though. Get rid of the Sun Shield. Nice. You just want to be sending into the red zone every turn you can with this deck. Traveling Botanist, sure. Just gonna play this guy out, because he's my best attacker at the moment. This isn't how you want your games to go, though. I needed to have slightly more removal in my deck. I don't know why they're racing. Maybe should have just played Tersa there. Kara kick, sure. They get to do their little thing, but they don't get to block with it, which is the key part. And they keep it on top, interesting. They can block Dalkovan, but they'll take a lot of damage. I would have loved to see a frontline rush this turn. And now I can tap this on my turn next turn if they don't kill the Waste Speaker Bodyguard. So they didn't keep the land on top. They kept something else on top. They're going to kill the Waste Speaker, aren't they? Hate to see it. Okay. Come on, coordinated assault. Nope. Never lucky. Okay. If I had a frontline rush in my deck would be so much better. Or if they just hadn't found a kill spell for this, because then I could have tapped this, attack them with everything. They like eat this and they take 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 7 damage. I would love a coordinated assault here. So we have 3 draws at it. Or that. They have 3 blockers. They block my biggest 3. They take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, man. So they win then. Right, 1, 2, 3. But then they can't eat my Saltwood Pack Beast. Hmm. 3, 4. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 creatures. So if they block 2 1/1s, then they die. They're gonna block here. Block 2 my 1/2s, and they take 1, 4, 4, 8, 11. So they have to at least block one of my. They can't keep both their creatures alive. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's how that goes. Perfect draws from my opponent to some degree there. That's how that goes. But like, imagine like this game is one of those ones where like if my opponent hadn't had every card they had, like if they hadn't had the Dragon's Prey, if they hadn't had the Procession to get back the drag, like a kill spell for my tapper guy, and yeah, if they hadn't had this thing, I mean, geez, would have been a whole different game. See you next round. Okie doke. Another round, another keeper. This is why you stick to 2 colors, by the way, because even like you saw that last hand, we didn't have a white source in our opening hand. This hand, we don't have a red source in our opening hand. Okay, we will play this guy because he attacks better early. Finally, I draw one of my coordinated maneuvers. Can't believe how long that took. It's really just a travesty. I mean, if I drew one of these in every game, I think I would have won both of the games I lost, maybe. Maybe not. The Carsey Revenant was going to be pretty hard. That's like the best possible rare against my deck. Especially because they had a Snakeskin Veil to protect it. But like, I don't know. The difference between drawing a coordinated maneuver and not is pretty huge. I am interested in the Underfoot Underdogs, not so much in the next one. Okay. I'm less interested in the underfoot underdogs than I initially suspected. Now that I realize what I need to do to double spell. Send in the gang. Okay. I think I messed up this game with my scrying decisions. I should have scryed everything away to draw towards my good cards. Definitely buffing the team. Hate to see that. Wow, that was this just an egregious misplay, maybe? You could consider it that? Because, like, if I do that, they don't even get to gain any life. They go to 2. Obviously, they have something they're holding up 4 mana. My Salt Road Pack Beast count is still really low. I could have scried towards more of them, though. And I messed it up myself, so not much I can blame except me there. There's 7. Whew, we got bailed out. Aggro decks are so hard to play sometimes. But yeah, we won this game. There's no card they can have here. I'll see you folks next round. Welcome to another round. This is a good hand. Kinguard at the start. I still can't believe how few Pack Beasts I've drawn. It's kind of embarrassing. I know, it's a skill gap issue. It's like my best card. And like drawing only 1 copy of the entire draft is not going to help my chances. Just going to keep going wide. Like this card better. They're equipping? Okay. I'm actually okay with this because I think I can beat a 4/4. Not if I miss my land, though. I'm going to lose this game badly again. It's just how it goes. I'm just... yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. That was unfortunate. I feel like this deck was way better. Like, you can just imagine scenarios in this game where I, like, deploy my cards. Like, so imagine turn 2, I play this guy. Turn 3, I play this guy. Turn 4, I play, like, Kinguard, kill their Quarry Mountain. I have kind of endless chump blockers for this guy. I'm hitting them for damage. I'm doing my stuff. Wayspeaker's eventually going to be able to tap their blockers. It's just... I couldn't do anything that game. I think you have to keep your 2-lander on the draw there with a couple 2-drops and even some rummage to find more lands. And honestly, I think this deck was solid. Like, it didn't play out particularly well, but sometimes your decks just don't play out as well as they could. Like, I didn't draw my best cards. Like, I think a lot of my draws involved this card, my, like, I drew my Sunshield a lot. Like, there's sometimes you just don't see a single card, and I saw more Sunshields than I saw Pack Beasts. And I saw more, I mean, the Pharaoh was useful that one time. But, like, I think most of my cards are pretty high quality. It's mostly just, like, I didn't quite see all the cards I wanted. I didn't see any frontline rushes. I have, like, I didn't draw my coordinated maneuvers as much as I needed to in the spots where they would be good. I drew Fleeting Effigy like the one time. I feel like the deck just has a lot of cards I'm pretty happy playing. I don't like regret the way the draft went. It's just like sometimes you don't see the cards and sometimes you just don't draw particularly well. Erishan Sunshield's definitely the worst card in my deck. Maybe I should have played a basic land over it. Like, that's how bad it is in the deck. Like, I never really want to cast it, but yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Not every draft can be a huge winner, and sometimes it's good to learn from your losses, though. I mean, I lost to Carsey Revenant. I lost to the that last game, which was just a complete travesty. And then I lost that one game to I don't know. I feel like they had something else really good. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video regardless. I think this is definitely the way you are supposed to build red-white. Build towards the red-white base. Don't try to splash. Focus on the like double spell payoffs, those sorts of things. And just because it didn't pay off this time doesn't mean that that's an incorrect approach to take. I've definitely had successful versions and seen a lot of successful versions of this deck with pretty much all these cards. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it into the end of the video, in the comments section down below, leave hashtag #NoBeast because we did not see the Pack Beast as often as we needed to make this deck a success. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.